Let's see if they have a good set here versus NRG. We're going to jump on in here right away, and immediately NRG starts out with control of the ball. Sosa and ZPS will kind of try and change that. Justin is squishy, and Rodoko gets in between. Garrett tries again. Sosa is there this time. Squishy won't be able to redirect, and it's orange ball.
And right now, a lot of pressure coming out from NRG. They're up to a speedy start. The defense has been okay for the Knights so far. He's got to get a good breakout. There's Gary G going with the demos, and we're going to keep an eye on those demos too as the game goes on, especially once PK gets set up. You talk about demos, the ZPS is a name that comes to mind. This is a player that can play all over the field in any role or facet. He can just fit in well, and we're seeing that right now. That's a good shot from him, forcing Justin to go up with a save.
Fun stuff here so far as NRG has been doing a good job of starting the game off hot, but the fantastic defense from Pittsburgh right away. I mean, that's the thing, is NRG comes out of the gate swinging, and it ain't no thing. Pittsburgh are kind of able to shrug it off, no problem. They've got a couple of looks on goal, which is also kind of the other side of things. Another good save from Doko. And I think that's watching teams play strong defense in the beginning of a game against a team like NRG, not that like crazy. But following that defense up with the ability to get a couple of shots on goal yourself, you know, you know what, Daz? Maybe I have been sleeping on the Knights a little bit. I think that's already evident. I want to see just how much.
Yeah, as do I. But right now, I like what I'm seeing from them so far, right? You talk about going against NRG for your first match of the day. They're doing pretty good. So far, 0-0. The shots, though, been in favor of NRG, but that one almost squeezed in. Follow-up for Rodoko is off target. ZPS put on a nice placement shot, but NRG able to save it out. They squeezed by here in game one. Still 3 minutes remaining, but it hasn't been one-sided, or at least as one-sided as most NRG fans probably would have thought.
Exactly. You know, that was the interesting thing, is seeing how quickly Knights were able to kind of jump on in here. Squishy Muffins with the double kill, if you will, as Garrett sends a chip shot, unable to capitalize off of the 2x demo. You would have think that would have been the moment of opportunity, but the angle just wasn't there for NRG. Garrett will send it one more time, and Sosa makes it an errant shot. Rodoko shows up, but Justin hits the boost, gets there first, and cranks it out.
Yeah, I like the touch from Rodoko. He wave dashed into the ball to be able to get the challenge, but the PK right now, they haven't been able to necessarily keep constant possession. Is that going to go in? No, just off target, but close, and this is exactly what I mean. NRG are so good at getting the ball out. You see it just with how they're able to move. PK, though, they're starting to move up on this midfield, starting to get a little bit more presence. That one straight down. ZPS, no, he had a good look, but missed. Rodoko
Second
follow-up will fall, and it's Pittsburgh Knights getting the first goal of the series.
I am so happy that it's Rodoko to score this one, because he has been doing the heavy lifting in the first 3 minutes of this contest. Comes through on the defensive side, even a couple of good shots, gives a good opportunity to a teammate, nothing falls, and then finally he's there for the follow-up shot, putting it in the back and giving the Knights perhaps an unexpected 1-goal lead. Very quickly they play with fire, though. This is going to be a good look for Garrett, but it's wide to the right.
Close there. NRG almost were able to get the tying goal. They're still trying to apply pressure here, but you can see that one pitches out. Justin up quickly. Good read from Sosa. And this PK squad, they put a lot of time into the game. They are on it more than I'd say most pros. Even if they are just playing, you know, casually, they are on Rocket League a lot. And, you know, when you're on the game that much, it makes it easier to get warmed up. They're going to need that playing against NRG right now, as NRG is still keeping the ball on their half. Still haven't been able to find a goal here. A little concerning, but it is a 1-goal lead. We got 1 minute left. It's one, almost two. ZPS put that one close to the net. Gary G able to make a save, but it's a free ball for Sosa. At least it was, until Justin was able to get that away.
The pinch physics there for Rodoko. Sends the ball careening, sets up Zombie. Nobody's in the... He went high. There was no defender down low. And the secondary goal won't be landing here for the Knights. That said, just half a minute. They do have a lead, however slim it may be. So one more time. Trends towards the bucket. Rodoko sends it straight. Teammates back for boost, and just kind of burning time here on the clock. 15 seconds to go, Daz. And the Knights looking to hang on.
Yeah, they're playing pretty conservative game right now. Not sending too many people forward. Don't want to risk an NRG counterattack, but there is one looming. Justin on the ball. Can he get it to Garrett? No, that clear's going to do it. PK take game one.
That was really clean, Dazarin. Like, from minute one, I was talking about how I really enjoyed the Knights, not only their ability to keep energy at bay, but also kind of take it back. Usually what we see from teams, facing up against the NRGs, the G2s, the space stations of the world, maybe you're able to hang and play defense, but energy, the top card will just keep that ball and not give you the opportunity. Knights were able to get a couple of opportunities, and then in the end, bring it full circle. Obviously, get the dub after the goal. But also, I want you to talk a little bit about how their playstyle changed, because you brought it up towards the end about how they look to play a little bit more conservative. You might have seen a couple of shot opportunities, but both players fell back. Looking for that defensive play, so they got into a different mindset once it was sub 2 minutes, 1 goal game.
Yeah, exactly. Once it was the final, I would say probably final 30 seconds, you could see them start to pull off just a little bit more. And then they kind of sent one person at a time, making sure not to necessarily overcommit in terms of just bringing all the boost out or making sure someone's out of position. Because, these guys on NRG, Justin, Squishy, Garrett, they all are able to, alone, just carry this ball downfield and do just that amazing solo play that we've all come to know and love from them. As you start to see right now, though, shots have been put on, but still, Knights defense been really tough for NRG to deal with, as they have yet to score this series. It was a 1-goal game one. We're on game 2 of Forbidden Temple. PK have the lead of the series, and they're looking to extend that.
Pittsburgh are the team that I expected to come in a little. Usually what separates the top teams from the just barely there teams or just outside of the top is the preparedness. Usually teams like NRG will come in and just go to work, and it takes a couple of the other squads time to warm up. But Pittsburgh Knights came in here really hot, and I think that attributes to kind of what you were saying about just how much time they spend on the game. Justin with a good look, and ZPS takes it away. Rodoko again with a fantastic timely save. ZPS going to carry it downfield, gets past Squishy, but can't deal with Garrett. NRG one more time, look for the shot, but yeah, Daz, I think you were on point with just the amount of time spent in game is you're just always ready.
Oh my goodness, there's a follow-up,
and the top bar is too.
Close chance. That was a crazy redirect. I think that was by Garrett, just barely missing the mark there. Now, PK, they're going to want to try to turn this around. But that definitely knocked some life into everyone watching. Justin up, but Rodoko faster. This is Squishy. Tried to play it towards Justin. He did get the challenge, but the boost and the ball will go to Sosa. And now Sosa off the ceiling. We'll play that straight down. No follow-up. Ran out of boost. The Squishy will try to carry this into space. His NRG are still looking for their first goal. That might be it. Justin, no!
Oh, it's wide!
Save off the post. It's still 0-0 in game 2.
Insane defense coming out of Knights right there. A couple of routine saves, and then a couple of not-so-routine saves. Squishy's going to look for another one, and it's denied this time. Sosa. But really, it was about the angle that was denied from the outside defender. Sosa one more time. Little... As I said, routine defense here. NRG aren't able to get these angles that we're used to seeing them go for.
It's the defense from the Knights. Right now, NRG have taken 10 shots. 9 of them have been saved from Knights. There's only been one that's just been off the mark here. They've been playing on target. That one's a high one. Justin follow-up. ZPS is going to get another save there. And now you see NRG, they're getting frustrated. The demo's coming out. Garrett G, top corner shot. And NRG on the board.
Very important goal here for Garrett G. Just comes through. Pretty standard, right? Set up the double tap from the teammate, bang, outside. And he gets it done. But putting this goal up has to be a moment of, what's the opposite of frustration? Relief, if you will. Just they haven't been able to score, and the defense was great. It's not just in net quick saves, it's getting in the passing lanes. It's finding these demos. Pittsburgh has done an all-around strong defensive game today until there. And I think that frustrated NRG, and now they've turned it around. They've figured it out a little bit. Daz, what have NRG changed here that have allowed to poke twice now at Pittsburgh?
Well, right now it's just the fact that they're just outpacing them. A lot of speed there on the goal from Justin.
Speed.
Justin didn't wait for the defender to come through and immediately tackled that one. But, I mean, looking at NRG, they scored their first goal of the game after putting on, I want to say, 13 shots. It was the 13th one that went in. We're not even counting game one. I think the total is much higher than that. But now they've finally been able to get 2 on the board here. There's a minute 10 left. Garrett G almost had an open look at the net. Sosa's able to get back in time. PK are still looking to see if they can make a few last-second plays happen. At this point, it's starting to get away from him. Sosa will miss. Garrett G will put another shot. Same placement, top left corner. That's going to be the 3rd goal for NRG.
Sosa here coming through and just barely misreading this. You see he goes for it, but a hair too late. Garrett, of course, has the upper hand there. He's able to do whatever he wants. And with 3 goals on the side of NRG, I'm pretty sure game 3 will be a mid-set tiebreaker. But 3 goals, 45 seconds, doable. And even doable with the type of game that Pittsburgh has been playing today. I think they're absolutely able to kind of find these, but as soon as we hit the half-minute mark, I think it might go awry. A loose shot there, and Squishy tightens it up.
What I think it is at this point for PK, they're not playing for the game, they're playing for the momentum, right?
Yeah, the morale.
This is a shutout. This game is a shutout so far, and it looks like it's going to be one. But if Knights can still find a way through, Sosa almost getting one in. Again, it's just looking for some holes here through NRG. NRG are playing so much faster than they were in game 1, and they put on a lot of shots offensively. I think PK just needs to learn how to deal with that. They are going to get 1 goal, and like I said, it's going to nullify a lot of pressure here, as this one just comes from Sosa. You get a nice little slow roll from ZPS, and 7 seconds left. Unless we see a kickoff goal and some, this one still looks like it's going to be NRG's game.
You know, Rocket League's an interesting esport. You know, when we look at the world of shooters and the world of RPGs, like in those games, you know, you get score streaks, you get levels. There, when you're winning, there's a reason the enemy team can't catch up. Well, in Rocket League, none of that's true. You can have 7 goals and you're not any stronger than my squad with 1 or 2. And so it's the most mental check of a game that I've really seen. And we're talking about momentum and it's just about like, did we get swept by NRG? Did we get knocked out? No, we scored against them. So the Knights can come into this next one and like, it's very simple. Feel better about this game, Daz. But like, I'll laugh, but that's real. Like coming into that one, that immediately lets you feel differently. The fact that the Knights won the first game as well, that's going to change the sense, the feeling of this set, and I think that ultimately will change how Knights approach game number 3.
I think the big thing to look at for Knights coming into game 3 is the fact of NRG just putting on like 10 plus shots on their own half, like in the first half of the game. I think eliminating that's going to be big for them, but also starting to get transitions and getting more comfortable on that offensive side. I don't think they really spent too much time playing offense there. A lot of it just seemed like they were just kind of stuck inside the net and were just blocking everything NRG was throwing at them. They got to change things up here a little bit. Maybe the start here where Rodoko flick over Squishy. No one can put it home though. It was a great play off the kickoff. Would have been a good opener for PK, but now Garrett G's going to play it to the wall. Ooh. Sosa brings this all the way around, gets it past 150s. Rodoko.
Oh, the shot!
And then it's a goal. Look at the control from PK. First goal of game 3.
And this is, you know, again, we talk about the feeling and everything. This is not an okie doke. This isn't accidental. This was a follow-up. Sosa brings the ball down court. Rodoko's there just like he was. The first goal Rodoko scored was the follow-up. He was the trailer. and he put it in after the first challenge. That's what PK are doing. They're committing 2 players to these shot attempts so that when NRG almost inevitably gets involved and in between on the defensive end, they have somebody, usually Rodoko, there to follow up and put it in.
And Rodoko's been doing a good job of at least getting those follow-up opportunities. He's got a lot, but this time Sosa, he's gonna get bumped. What? And he recovered to get the save. Squishy was just on him in net, and I think Sosa let himself get bumped by Squishy, knew he had enough time to get the recovery, and then saved the ball while it was halfway in the net, keeping this a 1-goal game for PK. That was fantastic work for Sosa, and PK are much better off because of it. I've never seen someone let themselves get bumped.
It worked out, you know. It's the old school like Mario Kart trick. All right, hit me, I'll go faster. But that's the, you know, a lot of times people talk about defense wins championships, and I don't always agree with respect to Rocket League. I think it's very offensive. This game, an example of the other side, Garrett G with a nice twirl. And again, orange in the way. The defense from Pittsburgh Knights has absolutely put them in the driver's seat. Rodoko to ZPS to himself. ZPS keeps on trucking, and Rodoko scores the ball.
And this one, moving downfield, ZPS was trying to get in the way of Garrett G.
Yep.
Just enough time for Rodoko to be able to grab that ball. And now you see it once again, Knights, this time with a 2-goal lead here against NRG. Still plenty of time in the game, but you talk about seeing something different, and the Knights have definitely made some adjustments here. NRG have only been limited to 2 shots so far in the first couple minutes, as they're trying to get their third. Every shot's been saved thanks to the nice defense, but the Knights are actually out shooting NRG at this point only by 1. Either way, just a tale of change as we approach the halfway point of Game 3. PK are looking to put this series on match point if they keep this up.
That's a big deal. I want to bring it back to that stat real quick. 2 shots versus 3 shots here. Knights have 3.
No.
That one you got to feel bad for. Squishy gets credit, but ouch. Yeah, a little bit rough there. The angle not going to work out, so NRG gets a quick chip back into this one. But let's talk about shot opportunity, and the storyline is still there. The idea that the quality of shot that Pittsburgh Knights are going for is just higher. They have multiple people on the attack. They have multiple ways to score. Like the first one was the trailer player. Second time you see Sosa and ZPS going for that. And then the second goal was brought to us by like a bump attempt, right? So multiple people in these shots have allowed them to be higher quality, higher percentage shots. And that's why Pittsburgh Knights are just looking better.
The question really is, though, what is happening with NRG? They have not been able to get anything going here. That's going to be another touch off the mark. Garrett won't even bother going up. He's going to wait for this one. That's a respect Squishy. Squishy went up for it. Now Garrett looks like he's in no man's land. He actually did get a piece of the ball, and it's going to allow Justin to bring things up. But can they come up with something? The low shot, yes! Takes a little bit of time, but this game is all tied up.
Here we go. This is classic. This is classic car soccer shot. Not all of our shots look like that. It usually looks so different. But the low on the ground plays, that's the equalizer. Tied at 2 here. Do NRG take control, or are Pittsburgh Knights able to shrug it off and kind of keep on keeping on? That's the biggest question for me, because NRG, after that errant shot, seemed to have taken the life out of Pittsburgh, but there was such a different energy here beforehand. They've got to get it back.
Right now, I think for me, it's the Knights just having it's just all in the Knights right now. It starts off with the own goal, then you have to battle that back, and then NRG take that and use it to get another goal, bringing them to a 2-goal run, even though they really didn't score one. But seeing how things are moving on the field right now, it's been a play through the air as things are starting to slow down, but we'll see things heat up very soon. Final minute of gameplay. PK were up by 2, dropped 2 back-to-back goals, and NRG are starting to turn things into it. They're playing a slower pace of game. Justin's all the way in the back corner. It's a free touch from ZPS, but then Justin able to come up Can he get this one midfield? No, it'll be Sosa. Again, just trying to move this down for PK. But we're approaching golden goal territory. And these teams are not trying to force a mistake. Justin, though, trying to see if he can force an error, looking for the double tap. It'll be ZPS. That was great from Sosa. Good 50. That one dropped straight down. Final 10 seconds. Lots of pressure from NRG. No one there to get the follow-up, so ZPS will get a clear. Goes off the sidewall. Rodoko got a piece of it. Got the dunk. This one looking like we may see OT. No, Justin sails it. NRG can't catch it, though. Game 3 overtime to see who puts this series on match point.
Scary for a second there if you're rooting for Energy. That ball came pretty close to being a PK shot opportunity, and their percentage has been pretty high so far. Justin with the demo sets up Garrett G for a shot, and Sosa's able to deny it. Scrum in front. Squishy. Justin shows up with a pinch. Sends the ball careening on the other side. ZPS keeps it here. Anybody in mid? Rodoko slows it down. Here comes Sosa, and Justin is there to deny it.
That was a great redirect from Rodoko. Oh, but that's not a good whiff at all. This time, though, ZPS, he will be able to pick things up. Squishy taking his time in midfield. Garrett G will follow it up. Has Justin in mid. Can he get the ball to him? No. Justin gets demoed by Rodoko. This will buy at least PK a little bit more time, but they're under a lot of pressure right now. We're a minute into overtime. ZPS loses the 50. Garrett G on the ball. Demo. Justin can put a shot on. It's in! And Justin in overtime. He's going to give this match point to NRG.
This is the type of goal that Pittsburgh has been defending all day. And right here, they let it slip through their fingers. Energy take lead of the series 2-1 after that one. And, you know, a lot of times one of the more overused terms in sports commentary is in convincing fashion. And this was the opposite of that. You know, Energy come through and they win. And I think they were the better team on the field for this game, Daz. But don't let it forget, the first goal that put them on the board was kind of an errant kind of mistouch. And I mean, no Johns, that's all Knights' fault. But I absolutely, this is neck and neck. Bring me to a game 5, baby. I want to see these teams play each other more.
You know, see, this is actually where I disagree with you, F-Dot, because I feel like Knights should have won this game. I think it starts
That's what I'm saying,
with, it starts with Rodoko getting that poor touch. And I think that NRG, they played pretty consistently overall, but I expect more from NRG. They're not necessarily dominating the field as much as I kind of feel like they should be. It's been very close. They're winning games based off of own goals. I think for me, I need to see them close this out. I'd be very worried for NRG if this series goes to a game 5. But meanwhile, Pittsburgh Knights, all they have to do is just fix a couple of mistakes on defense, and they could easily turn this series around.
That's what I'm saying. I think Pittsburgh has been the better team in general. And that last one in overtime, yeah, that shot goes in. I'm not taking that away from Energy. But at the end of the day, I think that right now, the two teams on the field, Pittsburgh have a shot to make it. And maybe this gets me in trouble. Perhaps they shouldn't have a shot to make it. Because I do think that Energy aren't playing the type of ball that we're used to seeing them play. But that said, this is exactly the type of opportunities. This is sports. You don't always come out at 110%. And as a team like Pittsburgh, you've got to see that blood in the water. You got to run for it. Sosa goes up for that challenge. That's a big deal. That's the type of stuff that you got to look for. You got to look for these kind of opportunities that would they have been there? I don't care. This is the day we're playing. This is the team we're playing against. I would love to see a big upset here, and Pittsburgh are playing like it's possible.
Pittsburgh Knights pressure. Rodoko shot blocked out from Justin. Lots of high speed. Pittsburgh Knights squad with a lot to prove, but they have to show up here. If they don't, it's still fine. They still have that lower bracket, but a win from NRG going to be big for this roster. Meanwhile, on the NRG side, a lot of frustration. Games haven't necessarily been going as free-flowing as they probably would have liked. And this is only the start of the day. Still more games to play. But NRG on the push. NRG seeing if he can set up Justin. Justin has this ball for free. Looking for the top left corner. It's a good read from Sosa. Enough time there But PK still can't get this ball out of their own half. Squishy trying to wrap around it. Justin up. Does he have the angles to get it? Blocked out once again. PK going to be able to hold on as 2 minutes go by in game 4, and it's still scoreless.
Memories of game 1 here where Pittsburgh Knights were clearly the better team on the field. Game 2, game 3, we can talk. Game number 1, Pittsburgh were the better squad out there, and it was because of the orange side play. Every time on defense, they were able to find the better side of the play. And here, that's what we're seeing again. Rodoko sets up ZPS. Squishy's there first. And Sosha will join the tussle. But again, the defense has been so impressive here. Took a day off, took a game off, so to speak, but traveling with Justin, denying it again.
Okay. See NRG struggle to really get anything going. You saw Justin go up for that solo play, and it was instantly denied. There's a demo, and oh no, a double commit on the play from PK, so the ball's going to get away from them. Squishy is just diving for the ball at this point. He's able to pick up a demo, so he gets something out of it. He used a lot of boost on that play. And NRG looking for another chance. Justin Angle almost in the top corner off target. Follow up from Squishy, blocked out by Sosa. NRG are struggling. They can't even buy a goal at this point. It's going the other way. PK are looking for a quick transition. Squishy awkward, giving the ball to ZPS. He's trying to force his way through, but Justin will deny. And man, has this just been a tense game 4 as no one's been able to come up with anything. Another save.
Another
ZPS.
one. Oh man, every single shot Energy has taken have been kind of low percentage, slow in speed, not really able to find. There were a couple of good angles and some great saves by Pittsburgh. And a lot of that has to do with Pittsburgh's ability to fill the field and not really allow Energy to have these high opportunity, these high percentage shots. And so now Pittsburgh needs to turn it around and see if they can find some sort of offensive prowess. Because again, for the third time this game, the defense is lights out, baby. 60 seconds on the clock. Energy could end it here with 1 goal. Justin makes it past 1 defender, can't make it past the second. ZPS sets up Sosa, tries to fake it. Garrett reads it. Rodoko, high, Squishy in charge. Energy ball one more time.
I like the play there from Sosa. He was on the ball. He faked it on purpose to try to get it to Rodoko. Now Rodoko trying to harass Squishy in the net. He was looking for a bump. Garrett G looking for a solo play. This one, ZPS looking for a redirect that's high, and it'll buy at least some time for PK to try to see if they can get set up. But NRG, meanwhile, Squishy doing a lot of work carrying this ball downfield. 22 seconds. Garrett G off the ceiling. He gets bumped. Rodoko will play it to the side. Justin on top of it. But clear now. Maybe PK can turn this into something. But wait a second. Squishy up with boost. Off the ceiling. Gets the dunk. Rodoko will play it through. Defense set for PK. Garrett lets it loose. He'll try again. It's Justin at 0 seconds. The series is over. NRG take it in 4.
By a shoestring, and Energy and their fans have to be happy about this one. Pittsburgh Knights, they owned this game for 4 minutes. And then Energy at the end, fantastic performance. That's exactly the type of goal that you want. The follow-up, Justin